Hi, and welcome to Rogers Gardens. We're having our Friday happy hour. I'm Suzanne. I'm a horticulturist here, and I'm going to be talking today about planting paperwhites and giving them as gifts during the holiday season. It's a great time right now to start. You can pick up bulbs here at Rogers. We have just the loose bulbs. I have a nice big assortment of them. But these big paperwhite bulbs, I'm going to talk real quickly about choosing them. You want to make sure that the bulbs are dry. Make sure that they're as big as you can find, and you don't want any sort of rotting spots on them. Of course, this is the top where it's going to grow out, and underneath, the roots will come out. Here at Rogers, we have these paperwhite bulbs. They're $169 for a super big Ziva bulb, and if you buy more than 10, they go down to $149, and you can actually get even nicer deals if you buy like 100 or something. So a lot of people love to grow these at this time of year. One thing I want to say is that you can actually plant them in the ground if you want. A lot of people plant them in these beautiful, beautiful planters like this. This is just beautiful, right? These have been planted for a couple weeks. What a great hostess gift to just say, hey, look, I did this myself. We sell them here already made up, but it's nicer just to either give it like this or even make a little kit so you and your friend or your host can make it together. And I'm going to talk a little bit about even getting ready for the holidays in the sense of storing them. What you can do is you can take your container, and you're going to start with soil in some. It just depends. Your containers should have no drainage. You don't want the water to go out of them. So this is a great container. It's got soil in it, and you're going to set the little bulbs in here just like that. Setting them just on the edge of the soil. They don't need to be buried. And then later, after you get all of your bulbs in here, you can just put some little rocks around it, just a little. And then here's the secret to good gift giving. Don't water it yet. Set it in a cool, dry place. Make about 10 or 15 of these. And then when you need a hostess gift or a thoughtful thing to give to a neighbor or something like that, you go into your cool, dry place. Cool, dry, and dark as well. You're going to grab this out. You're going to water it just to the bottom of the roots here. You only want the roots to barely touch the water, and then you can hand it over, or you can start them a week or so before you want to give them. But it's a great way to have some things. I feel like I always need a gift during the holidays. Just a thoughtful thing for a teacher or a neighbor or a family member who might, just want a little pick-me-up. It's a great thing. And if you have a couple of these sitting someplace in a closet or something, just pull it out, water it, and hand it over. It's so easy. And as you can see, you can use just about any container. And if you have a pot that has a hole in it, for example, like this one here, it's really nice. It's white, it's Christmassy, holiday-ish, winter-ish. But if it has a little drainage hole, you can get some floral foil like this and just push it in there, line it. You want to get it all nice and tight in there. Put your soil in there, go from there. Once you get everything planted up, cut it around the edge, and then you can water it. It's really easy. Paperwhites are just such a great, easy gift, and their scent is amazing. If you have a really pretty little, look at this, is so festive. You put 4 paperwhites in there, and then again you can put some little rocks around the edge, or if you want to keep it a little bit more natural looking, you can get sheet moss. We sell this for I think about $2 a piece, and just place it around this, and they will be, just a real natural thing. I think we have a question.
Yes. How do you stop them from getting so tall they fall over?
this is a great question. I'm so ready for this. And Nava, who just asked me that question, I've already emailed her this information because I knew everybody's going to be asking this. So Cornell University actually did a study, and they discovered if you put some spirits, like alcohol, in there in a very diluted fashion, so it's a 4 to 6% ratio in your water, it will actually stunt the growth of them and make them not be quite so tall. Another thing that happens is sometimes they'll get really leggy if they don't have enough light, or oh my gosh, I'm losing my train of thought. Oh, if it's too warm in the room. So that can also make them super leggy. So put them near light. You can turn them to keep them from growing too much to the sun and keep them in a cool area. It's also going to keep the height down. I've never actually used the alcohol in them. I'm kind of lazy, and what I do is I get this really cool wire that looks kind of rustic, and when they get too long, I just put it around there, put a cute little bow in it, and you can just kind of wrangle them that way. That's a good way, but this year I am going to try this alcohol thing. One thing I want to say about the alcohol, and again, we're going to have the link to the Cornell study on our website. The alcohol is, you put the water in the pot when you're starting, and this is, I'll go back to this in just a minute. And then after about a week, you're going to empty the water out and then put the alcohol in. If you're planting in soil, you're just going to add a little water that's already been had alcohol added to it. But if you're planting in something like this, isn't this gorgeous? Well, on one hand, you don't really need to worry too much about them getting floppy, because the bulb is going to go right down here, and you're going to just put the water right up to the top there, and it's going to grow right up here. How easy is this? I mean, you're going to look like the best friend ever if you gift this sort of thing. We also have really cute little bowls like this. You can put 4 bulbs in here and hand it over like this. We have another question.
Jane on Ostern on Instagram is asking, cool, dry, and dark. I'm in East Coast right now. Temps for cool areas. I would assume that she's in Richmond, Virginia.
You know, anywhere probably. I don't know what your weather is like there. I'm going to assume we're getting into cooler weather than we have here in Southern California. Although finally our weather is getting cool. That means it's 70 degrees each day. I'm so sorry, East Coast. So cool is probably near the window. It'll stay a little bit cooler, or just not in direct sunlight. A bright area, not direct sun. Whatever it takes to keep it cool. If you have a little solarium or a little winter garden or something like that, it's going to keep them a lot cooler. You can have them in a warm room, but they're just going to grow faster. So again, after that first week of having them in water like this, you can take the bulb out, empty the water, and then put that diluted alcohol solution in there, and then it's going to be great. Sorry, up and down. Okay, another thing for gift giving, and this, you know, if you're going to, not even gift giving, give it to yourself. Gosh, what a great gift. And you could do something like this beautiful casserole dish and fill it with Paperwhites. It's going to be a beautiful centerpiece for just a really nice meal. When you're ready to eat, just put it off to the side. The fragrance of the Paperwhites is really going to make it super nice. And to let you know, when you plant Paperwhites, when you set them, once you set them in the water, it's going to take 4 to 6 weeks for them to flower. So you'll need to plan ahead. So for Christmas, of course, you're going to start, you know, putting your Paperwhites in water about the 2nd week of November. If you want them for New Year's, you can do it a little bit later, but 4 to 6 weeks is about right. One other thing, I just want to show you this. So we have these beautiful little mushrooms here, and I just love them. They're made out of wood. And then we have these really cool faux bois containers, which are great because you can actually use them as a planter, again with that floral foil in there, with a ton of Paperwhites in here, and then you have your little mushrooms. And isn't it nice? It'd be like a little woodland thing. You can put the the sheet moss on top of it, but you can also just put some sheet moss near it, and it's going to look really, really pretty and rustic. Question?
Carla Bravo on Instagram is asking how long for them to get mature.
So about 4 to 6 weeks. They'll grow a little faster if it's warm, but it really is, it's about 4 to 6 weeks. Yes.
Another question from Catherine Hall on Instagram. I live in Florida. What about a screened-in porch with a roof?
I mean, it's great. The thing about Paperwhites is that they don't mind warm weather. Here in California, because it is warm, we can actually put them in the ground, and again, just like here in the planters, they're going to bloom in about 4 to 6 weeks. So if you want, to have beautiful Paperwhites coming during the holidays, you can put them outside and they're going to come out just the same. The one thing about Paperwhites I'll tell you is that when they're done, they're done. You can just dump them. So it almost makes it easier. No guilt involved with trying to save them for next year. They're done. They're just an annual bulb, and they're just so much fun to play with.
Another question, not probably related, but do you sell the floral paper?
We do sell, you can buy this. You'll just go to our garden rooms counter and ask them. We sell it by the roll, and we also will sell it by the piece. Absolutely.
Okay.
So another thing, I figured since I was talking about Paperwhites, I assumed there would be a question about amaryllis.
Just move your mouth closer to your mouth.
Oh,
there you go.
Closer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How's my sound?
Perfect.
Oh, much better. Okay. So amaryllis bulbs, just in case anyone is curious, here at Rogers we have gigantic amaryllis bulbs. They are beautiful. We have all colors. We have double everything. And the difference between an amaryllis bulb and a Paperwhite, which is also another great gift-giving thing, is that amaryllis bulbs need to have that drainage. They need to be in soil about halfway, and so you just want to water them maybe like once or twice a week, and you want that water to drain out. You don't want the roots sitting in water like Paperwhites. Any other questions? Not yet?
No, I think just one more time if you want to repeat how long they last once they're bloomed.
Oh, again, it depends on the heat, but you can deadhead them and just enjoy the foliage for a while. It's really pretty. You can put seasonal things around them. You can stick hollyberry twigs in there after the flowers are done. So don't think that just after they've flowered, that's it. You can still enjoy the foliage, the beautiful plantings that you've done, and have them go on as long as you can. Difference with amaryllis bulbs is also when your amaryllis is done, well, two things. One, once your amaryllis is bloomed, you can cut it and put it in a vase. It's going to last about the same amount of time as it would on this bulb. So if you don't want to do a fancy planting with this, you can just put it in a vase. But if you do cut it, there is a good possibility it will bloom again. So cut it and let it bloom again. Sometimes 2 and 3 times amaryllis bulbs will do this, and amaryllis bulbs can be used again. Yes?
We have a question on Facebook by Erica Gansriddle. Do you sell the bulbs?
We do. So again, the Paperwhite bulbs are $169 each, but we offer a discount if you buy 10 or more, and then I think it's another cut at 50 or more. And we also sell the amaryllis bulbs. They're various prices, $18 to $20, I think. We also have them already planted up. And we do have we haven't started with too many of the Paperwhites, but we will very soon. We'll have tons and tons of beautiful plantings like this. And it's just such a great grab and go hostess gift, but I think they'll like it more if you make it yourself. That's what I think. Or even make a kit or make a day of it, social distance. We put a 6-foot table between us. We all build up these things. So any other questions?
Nope, not at this time.
All right. Well, if you do have questions, just put them on Facebook or Instagram. You can go to our YouTube channel. We have rogersgardens.com where you can shop to your heart's content. You can do curbside pickup. You can have it delivered. You can come in and pick it up. And tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. we have Sarah Smith, and she's going to be doing My Edible Garden, and she's going to be discussing kind of changing your watering to winter time. A little bit different. Oh, we have another question.
We have a question on Instagram by Kelly Poole. What type of planting soil do you recommend?
Just a potting soil is fine. You can do that, but again, you can just use rocks. You can use marbles. You can use glass. You can use gravel. You don't have to use soil. The one thing you want to do is, I didn't really get a chance to, actually, I'll do this. We've got time, right?
Yes, we do.
So if you have a glass container like this, it's not terribly clean right now, but you can take your rocks. We have these really cute little rocks here, and put them in here like this. And then, I've got my bulbs in here. So you're just gonna set them in here like this. Isn't this, just so pretty? You can set them in further if you like, but the water, again, the water level is just going to be to the bottom of the bulb. And, I can put 4 in here, but I can also just put a ton in here, and it would just be beautiful to have this beautiful thing with all the Paperwhites coming out. But even just the greens are pretty. It's not like spring, but it's just such a seasonal thing. So many people see Paperwhites and they know, whew, it's getting cooler, the holidays are coming, we're gonna, figure out how to see our families again. And yeah, look at this. Here's a beautiful gift, easy. Yes?
One more question. Missy Fox on Instagram is asking, what type of fertilizer do you use?
You don't really need to use fertilizer. These are just kind of ready to go. They're going to do what they have to do, and then they're done. So nothing really. And don't forget to use that alcohol. It'll be a little bit easier to use in something like this. You can let the water just go down, and then when you're refilling it, refill it with that diluted spirit water. And by the way, you can use anything. You can use gin, you can use vodka. You don't want to use wine or beer because those have sugar in them. You can use rubbing alcohol if you like, but it's a little different ratio because of the alcohol content in rubbing alcohol. But again, we're going to have that link to the Cornell study. It's cute and fun to read about how the plants will get about 30% smaller, and real easy.
And I have one last question that you did cover, but maybe you can just one more time just mention is why my amaryllis gets too high and falls over. I know you answered the Paperwhites. Now they're asking about the amaryllis. Is that the same situation?
I don't know if amaryllis are going to respond to the alcohol, because the alcohol actually retards the growth in the plant, so I'm not sure if you want to do that. But you could probably put a cute little bamboo stake in there. We have these really cute stakes that are covered with this sheet moss, and so you just put it up the back and maybe attach it really nice with this this little twiny stuff. I would do that. Sometimes amaryllis will just kind of grow sideways or something. Plants are like people, each one is different, so that's about it.
Great.
Okay, so that is it for today. Again, don't forget about Sarah tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. with her My Edible Garden, and changing your watering during winter. Facebook, Instagram, share us. Go to our rogersgardens.com and come visit us. It's beautiful here, okay? That's it for me today, and let's say goodbye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Nava.
Bye.